You're watching Fox 22, Bangor. From the Great North Woods to the Rockbound Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Good Morning Maine. A pottery couple has been at it for 30 years. See how their creativity continues to bloom.
Plus, a world champion axe thrower has started a campaign to make a change in the dictionary. We'll have more on this.
And Rayshawn Moore is back in court appealing his murder sentence. This and more local news right now.
Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Joe Cortez. Thanks for tuning in this morning. We have a lot to get to in our final hour, especially those nice temperatures.
Yeah.
We're going to see them in the 70s today, mid-70s. We better enjoy it because the rain is on its way.
It's good. We need it.
We do need it. So let's get a first check of our forecast with Devin Biggs. He joins us now.
Hey, Joe and Emma, thank you very much. Happy Tuesday. So a small craft advisory has been issued and it runs through 8 o'clock on Wednesday, though, because wave heights will begin to increase later today and again tomorrow because the gusty winds that will begin to move in with our next system that will be passing through. For now, we're kind of calm out there. Clouds are moving in from the southwest, going toward the north and east. We'll keep this rolling through the daytime today with increasing clouds. You'll notice some sunshine, but the system's moving in off toward the west. So as it does approach, we'll see rain chances beginning later on tonight, lasting through tomorrow and the next few days as well. But for now, though, temperatures were very nice yesterday, making it into the middle 70s, even lower 70s further off toward the north, upper 60s further off towards the northern parts of the state as well. But again, this morning, not too bad out there. Some areas in the 30s, others in the 40s, even 50s to start things off. We might see these temperatures falling a little bit more before we start to warm things up. So for today, another nice day on the way. Just a little bit more breezy out there. 75 degrees, partly cloudy and breezy, and a south wind getting up to about 15 miles per hour. Later on tonight, 57 degrees, rain showers on the way. A wind's backing off a little bit out of the south at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Moving ahead towards tomorrow, scattered showers and thunderstorms are on the way, with highs falling back into the middle 60s and a south wind picking up again to about 15 miles per hour. In your early forecast for the rest of the morning period, a partly cloudy sky, temperatures in the mid 70s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Joe and Emma.
Thank you, Devin. First, this morning, a man shot by Presque Isle police Sunday night has died. Presque Isle police say 25-year-old Jacob Poitras of Presque Isle was shot after he led police on a chase through the city and rammed a cruiser several times. They say two people who were together on Saturday night told police Poitras allegedly threatened them with an assault rifle after a road rage incident. After learning police were looking for him, Poitras called the Presque Isle police, but refused to cooperate or turn himself in and allegedly issued threats against law enforcement. Police say Sunday night, Sergeant Tyler Cody spotted Poitras driving and attempted to stop him, but a chase ensued. The chase ended at Main and Davis Streets in Presque Isle when Poitras allegedly rammed Cody's cruiser and disabled it. According to a release, Sergeant Cody shot Poitras. He was taken to a local hospital where he later died. Cody has been placed on administrative leave while the Attorney General's office investigates the incident, which is standard protocol.
Convicted for a 2020 murder, went to court to fight his conviction, arguing an appeal before the Maine Supreme Judicial Court. A.J. Douglas has the story.
Rayshawn Moore was sentenced to 32 years in Maine State Prison for stabbing Demetrius Snow in the parking lot of Half Acre nightclub back in 2020. Now Moore's defense attorney, Rory McNamara, says they want the conviction thrown out, citing the lack of transparency with the evidence and the sentence.
There's a lot of discussion about grand jury transcripts and whether or not defendants in Maine generally, and Mr. Moore in particular, should be able to know what happened at the grand jury that indicted him before trial.
McNamara says private grand jury transcripts create barriers for the defendants that catch inconsistencies during testimony, leaving them in the dark during their own trial.
A constitutional trial system and a rule-based trial system that's based off of equal access and open access to evidence, especially evidence that's created by the state.
Members of the Maine Supreme Judicial Court questioned the prosecutor from the Maine Attorney General's office about Justice William Anderson's statements during Moore's sentencing. They say they are concerned that Justice Anderson's statements at Moore's sentencing arguably could have discouraged him from taking further legal action.
I've seen it personally where defendants have said, I'm going to plead guilty, or I'm going to accept responsibility even when I may not have done it or I feel otherwise, because I don't want to face the risks of going to trial.
The Maine Supreme Judicial Court is expected to review all arguments on both sides and reach a decision in the coming months. We did ask the Attorney General's office for comment. They declined our request. In Bangor, AJ Douglas, ABC 7, Fox 22.
The Occupational Safety and Health Administration is investigating the death of a worker in Rockland. Workers were demolishing an attached garage when the structure collapsed on a worker Saturday morning. Firefighters used inflatable rescue bags to lift the roof before pulling the man out with a rope. A life flight helicopter was summoned to transport the man to a hospital, but he did not survive.
Experts from Partnership for Safe Medicines report Maine is one of 20 states impacted by a recent trend claiming the lives of young people. That trend involves the sale of counterfeit pills. According to the CDC, fake pills are being sold on the dark web and multiple social media platforms. They say drug traffickers create social media pages openly advertising the sale of prescription medication. However, the pills are often made with powdered fentanyl. Access to fentanyl is in most cases is easier and cheaper compared to the real prescription drugs from a certified pharmacy. Now, Partners for Safe Medicine urges parents to warn their kids about the dangers of purchasing drugs online.
There's a lot of mistakes you make when you're a teenager that can be fixed, but this is not one of them that can be fixed. And so I think a lot of people, and I talk to a lot of families who've lost kids from this scourge, and the first thing they say is, I had no idea. So the first thing you do is talk to your kids about it, then talk to them about the risk and talk to them about how they can make safer choices.
Saptar says a fentanyl pill can cause death within 30 minutes after it's been taken and encourages keeping Narcan on hand.
The time is now 8:07. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, one of Northern Light Health's COVID testing sites has closed indefinitely. Hear from the medical company next.
But first, let's take a look at our overnight forecast. Today, we're going to have beautiful temperatures up in the mid-70s, partially cloudy skies, a little bit of sunshine sprinkled in. It should be a beautiful day for us, and then the rain's going to be moving in later tonight. We'll have showers throughout our evening with a low of 57, and tomorrow, we're back up in the mid-60s with scattered thunderstorms.
Welcome to the all-new Oakland Furniture Sit and Sleep Gallery. Come in and explore our great selection of quality living room sets and mattresses, all designed for your comfort. You'll find terrific deals when you shop now, because we haven't just rolled back our prices, we've gone to prehistoric pricing. Where else can you find a queen mattress starting at $188? For a deal you just can't dig up anywhere, shop local. Shop the all-new Oakland Furniture Sit and Sleep Gallery.
It's like I'm downloading in slow motion. Wish we had better internet.
Charlie! That's right, it's me, Charlie. Wish specialist for Spectrum. Let's get that wish granted.
How?
Spectrum Internet delivers speeds of 200 megabits for a stronger connection on all your devices. Here, yeah, and here. Plus, get a free modem and free desktop security to keep your kids safe online.
Get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month. Call 833-768-4999.
Why do we need all these remotes? I wish our shows were in one place.
Spectrum TV makes it easy to find your favorites. Plus, you'll have access to over 85,000 titles on demand. And with the free Spectrum TV app, you can watch live sports, news, and more on any device, anywhere.
Get Spectrum TV for $49.99 a month. Call 833-768-4999.
I wish we didn't have a
contract. Granted.
Oh, he's good.
Switch to Spectrum Internet or TV, or get them both for $49.99 a month each, all with no contracts. Call 833-768-4999.
Is it cooked?
Hopefully.
It's okay to show emotion, in the kitchen especially.
Tonight, you have confirmed you are nuts.
As the son of a female chef, it gives me a lot of hope that you're in the world.
These guys cooking may be kids, but they are true monsters in the kitchen.
All new MasterChef Junior, Thursdays on Fox, and watch anytime on Fox Now or Hulu.
The price of gas in Maine has officially surpassed $5. According to a survey from Gas Buddy, prices in the state have risen almost 22 cents per gallon since last week. Many people are not happy about the continued rise of prices at the pump, and they aren't shy about saying so.
This is ridiculous.
It's exceeded my expectations. I thought it would have dropped by now.
Crazy.
I hate it.
The average price of gas across the United States has increased more than 56 cents since last week and $1.81 over this time last year.
A lawsuit over the system that provides attorneys to those who can't afford them will proceed after a Superior Court justice rejected the state's motion to dismiss the case. The class action lawsuit by the American Civil Liberties Union of Maine contends there's a failure to train, supervise, and adequately fund a system to ensure the constitutional right to effective counsel. Now, Maine is the only state in the nation without a public defender's office for people who can't afford to hire a lawyer. Instead, the state relies on private attorneys to take these cases who are reimbursed by the state. However, the number of lawyers willing to take court-appointed cases has declined in recent years. The commission is seeking more funding for supervision and to nearly double defense attorney fees.
As primary care services for COVID-19 testing become more available to Northern Light Health patients, the medical company has decided to close one of its first drive-through testing sites near Bangor International Airport. According to Carolyn Fetta, Northern Light Health, the Swab and Go COVID-19 testing site, closed on Sunday indefinitely. She says the decision is mainly due to the decline of people coming in to test for COVID-19.
It got down to around 20, and then even with a little blip we had back up, it was at like 35 or 40 people, many of those being our employees.
She says the best way to get tests is to have them mailed to your home through covid.gov.
And we're 12 minutes past the top of the hour. After the break, we know of Lumberjack, but how about Lumberjill? A new campaign aims to add the title in the Webster Dictionary. More on this coming up.
Plus, a 4-day work week sounds like a dream come true, but now it's a reality for thousands of people in the UK. We'll be right back.
People today. They could spend half their lives over 50. So it helps to have a wise friend and fierce defender like AARP to help you take control of your health along the way.
What's in it?
I don't know, but it's green.
Green's good.
Whether it's your wellness.
What are you in for?
Cholesterol check.
Cool.
Your brain health.
Yeah. Yes.
Or your endurance. That's why the younger you are, the more you need AARP. Join today.
Dynamic hatchbacks. Capable and rugged SUVs and crossovers. Go anywhere vans. Powerful full-size pickups. Toyota has more electrified all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive models than any other brand, like the electrified RAV4 Hybrid with 40 mpg and up to a 580-mile total driving range. Your New England Toyota dealer. Your electrified all-wheel drive headquarters. Toyota, let's go places.
When you're ready to tackle your next building project, no matter how big or small, depend on Hammond Lumber Company for the products and services you need. The knowledgeable staff at Hammond Lumber will be with you every step of the way and keep your project on schedule. From free estimating and project planning to design and drafting services, an extensive product inventory with a wide variety of brands to choose from, and of course, free delivery within striking distance of their 21 locations statewide. Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
The thing about domestic violence is it can happen at any point in life to anybody. The thing about Next Step is we are here at any time for you. If you feel like your relationship has gotten somewhere you never wanted it to be, just know we are here for you and we'll always be here for you. One thing we often hear is, if I had only known that you could help me with that, I would have called you so much sooner than I did. So please give us a call.
Ever heard of the word lumberjill? It's a term used for a female lumberjack. As Sierra Jordan reports, a world champion lumberjill is hoping to spark some change in how jacks and jills are perceived.
You go to Merriam-Webster Dictionary and you look it up. They give you other choices like lumber kiln and lumberjack.
Alyssa Weatherby is a world champion axe thrower who started a campaign in an effort to add lumberjill right next to the word lumberjack in the Merriam-Webster dictionary.
You know, there's a lumberjack, so the female counterpart is going to be a lumberjill.
According to Merriam-Webster, they added 455 words per month, including dadbot and oobleck. The term lumberjill originates back to the 1940s, when the Women's Timber Corps was formed as part of the Women's Land Army. Weatherby says the women worked tirelessly in the woods to keep the community in place while the men were off at war.
You know, they were building airplane propellers and ships and docks and ammo cases.
And the list goes on.
I don't think that they got the recognition that they really deserved. And then especially it's like a slap in the face to not have it in the dictionary, I think, for these ladies as well.
Weatherby made history in rolling across the Mississippi River on a log. She later started a team of lumberjills called the Axewomen Loggers of Maine.
We get to travel around and show people our sport and introduce these ladies to people that, you know, might not know what they are.
From throwing axes to sawing and chopping wood, to log rolling, 27 women on the team hope to change the way the world perceives the difference between jacks and jills.
I'm proud to kind of be pushing forward with this and just trying to get these ladies recognition.
So far, Weatherby says they contacted Merriam-Webster but are still waiting to hear back. She says if people either share blogs or tweets including the word lumberjill, it is more likely that Merriam-Webster will acknowledge the term and add it to the dictionary.
To write about it, blog about it, post about it.
In Ellsworth, I'm Sierra Jonah reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
The time is now 8:16.
Let's get a full look at our forecast. Meteorologist Devin Biggs is in with the latest.
Good morning, Devin.
Hey, Joe and Emma, thank you very much. So again, a small craft advisory is up until about 8 p.m. Wednesday. Wave heights will be increasing today and again tomorrow, courtesy of gusty winds that will be moving in ahead of our next system. For now, though, we're watching clouds moving in from the southwest, going toward the north and east, so nothing too ridiculous going on just yet, though. But as we do move forward, though, that next system will begin to move in as high pressure moves away. Now give us our next chances for rain showers, even rumbles of thunder that will be on the way later on this week. So a very active week starting up as we head towards tonight and tomorrow and even through the rest of the end of the week as well. But for now, wave heights are quiet at this point, only at around 2 feet according to some of the buoys out there, a little bit higher further to the south. And we'll have our return with higher wave height issues coming up soon. And with that in mind, the gusty winds will be increasing. Some of those winds getting up to about 20 miles per hour in a few spots today, maybe backing off a little bit tonight, but not by much. Then by tomorrow, gusts up to 30, maybe getting close to 40 miles per hour. Not out of the question through at least the morning period on Wednesday. But for now, the water temperatures are still cool out there. So if you're thinking about going to the ocean, just be a little bit careful out there. 50-degree water temperatures definitely still a little bit cool for this time of the year. If you definitely want to talk about warmer water temperatures, you have to head to the southern U.S. So where water temperatures even in some areas in the upper 70s to even lower 80s. Back here at home, our average high is 72 degrees. We'll be in the middle 70s today, so running a few degrees above average. We'll be back in the middle 60s Wednesday and Thursday. The 70s are back Friday all the way through Monday, although a gradual cool-off starting Friday through Monday from the middle 70s to the lower 70s. But futurecast moving forward under a partly cloudy sky, so you'll notice some sunshine and clouds mixed in from time to time. More clouds arriving later on tonight as the rain starts to approach from the southwest to the north and east, along with some of those gusty winds, so some heavy downpours. Not out of the question either as the rain begins to move in through parts of the day on Wednesday. Maybe a little bit of a break, but we'll be watching for more showers and storms as we head through Thursday and Friday as well. We're going to run this all the way through Wednesday evening first, maybe up to 1/4 of an inch possible in a few areas, maybe close to 1/2 an inch in a few spots before we're all finished up. But even more rain on the way, at least through Friday. So at least between now and Friday, up to 1 inch, maybe 1.5 inches of rain on the way. This will be some good news, though, because we're still seeing some abnormally dry and even drought conditions across parts of the state. So any rainfall will definitely help things out. For today, 75 degrees, partly cloudy and breezy out there, and a south wind getting up to about 15 miles per hour. Tonight, 57 degrees, rain showers will be on the way, and a south wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. For tomorrow, 65 degrees, scattered showers and thunderstorms, and a south wind getting up to about 10 to 15 miles per hour. Alrighty, your extended forecast, storm chances starting Wednesday, lasting all the way through Friday. Temperatures Wednesday and Thursday in the mid-60s, mid-70s on Friday, and rain showers on Saturday, highs in the mid-70s.
It wasn't just a little bit of soot on an old family photo. It wasn't just a couple of books soaked in water. And when you called Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration, you were not just another customer. That family photo hangs high yet again, and those irreplaceable first editions stay cemented in history. You keep the memories, we'll handle the rest. Statewide commercial and residential services. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration.
We can go into a room and have absolutely nothing in there, nothing on the windows, no color, no character, no tone to a room.
That's, I think, where we're strongest, is being able to help someone envision what's going to go in that window.
And we leave, it's totally transformed into something that the customer wants it to be. We've often been told we make a room look better just by leaving it.
Hey, it's Eric from Green Bear 420. We've been in business since 2010 and going strong, so stop in and check us out. We specialize in glass art by over 100 local artists and even have live glass blowing. Plus, we carry incense, novelties, t-shirts, and hard-to-find items. We have tons of local products for the tie-dye wearing person in your circle of friends. Come see us at 531 Moosehead Trail in Newport. And remember, Green Bear 420, it's not just a store, it's a lifestyle.
It takes all types to play Family Feud, but tell it all.
Name something Grandma wears that might also fit Grandpa.
Yeah, I know my grandma used to have a beard.
The Spicy Seniors.
Hey, Eddie, why they call you Fast Eddie?
Because he made me so happy so fast.
Whoa! Steve, it was a triple and a home run, baby.
See who shows up all season on Family Feud.
Weeknights at 7 on Fox 22.
After another violent weekend of mass shootings across the country, we're hearing now a first-hand account of the elementary school shooting rampage in Uvalde, Texas, from a teacher who survived the massacre. This is all adding to the urgency in Washington for a group of bipartisan lawmakers to reach a deal on gun control. ABC's M. Nguyen has the latest from Washington.
Crowds fleeing gunfire in Philadelphia after a mass shooting leaves 3 dead. In Chattanooga, 14 shot and 3 killed after authorities say gunmen opened fire at a nightclub. The deadly gun violence coming on the heels of the worst elementary school shooting in the past decade, where 19 children and 2 teachers were killed in Uvalde, Texas. One wounded teacher who lived through that horror talking exclusively with ABC's Amy Robach.
The kids started asking out loud, Mr. Reyes, what is going on?
They were watching a movie when shooting started in the classroom connected to their room.
And I said, I don't know what's going on, but let's go ahead and get under the table. And act like you're asleep. I turned around and saw him standing there.
The gunman shot Reyes twice and proceeded to kill every child in his classroom that day. In Washington, growing momentum to reach a deal on gun reform. A bipartisan group of senators is under pressure to reach a compromise by the end of the week.
This country cannot look away as our schools and our neighborhoods become killing fields.
Sources tell ABC News negotiators are considering a proposal to change the criminal background check system to access juvenile records, which are often sealed. The other top proposals: strengthening background checks, incentives for states to enact red flag laws, and funding for school security and mental health.
In order to deliver results, we have to build consensus, and the best way to do that is through targeted reforms.
The state of New York not waiting for Congress. Governor Kathy Hochul signing a bill into law requiring a license for semi-automatic rifles and raising the minimum age to buy or have one to 21. She says there's still more to do.
We turn now to the growing debate over a 4-day work week. A new experiment, the first of its kind, is now underway. ABC's Rhiannon Alley has the details.
This morning, a 4-day work week sounds like a dream come true, but it's now a reality for thousands of people in the UK.
It's good, obviously, for sort of employees who get more time back to spend with their sort of families, on professional development.
A 6-month trial period, organized in part by a nonprofit, has kicked off for British employees at 70 companies with no loss of pay.
Because when you're better rested, you're a better worker, you're more efficient in your job, you're more effective, you're more motivated.
They'll be paid 100% of their salaries for 80% of their previous work schedule, but they've committed to maintaining the same productivity, meaning doing the same work in less time.
It turns out that in virtually every industry, it's possible to do 5 days worth of work in 4, sort of without stressing people out.
Advocates say it could bridge the gap between remote work advocates and companies pushing to bring employees back to the office full time.
I'm optimistic that even as we can return to something like normal, that we will be able to continue to experiment and kind of build on the best parts of the experience of the pandemic.
Some countries have already adopted a 4-day work week. Companies in Japan and Iceland are seeing success, but it's been slow to catch on in the U.S.
Some opponents say that it could destabilize the economy, putting undue pressure on businesses, especially those that have slim margins. What would you say to those people?
There's no company I know of, and I've studied hundreds at this stage, who have moved to a 4-day week and lost money.
Industries participating in this trial run in the UK range from banking to retail services to education. We'll see when this trial ends in December whether they're ready to cut back to 4 days a week for good.
Still to come here on the second half of our show, Maine real estate agencies are coming together to help families in need of diapers.
Plus, for more than 30 years, a couple has been creating mugs, bowls, and other pieces of pottery from scratch in unity. We'll have these stories and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
On the next Last Man Standing.
Hello. I like the salute. I want all my daughters to start doing that.
Eve Baxter returns.
Tomorrow, all my girls are going to be doing the Sunday morning breakfast club again.
Just like when I was a kid.
Except that I'm pregnant.
Just like when I was a kid.
And it's just like old times.
Yeah, the olden days. Terrible. Country was divided. Nobody trusted the president. Good thing we fixed that.
Last Man Standing.
This afternoon, starting at 4 on Fox 22.
If you've been injured in an accident, tell them you mean business.
Welcome back. It's Tuesday, June 7th of 2022. Only 2 weeks until summer, and the forecast is coming up in just a moment.
Singer Tom Jones is 82 today, actor Liam Neeson is 70, and Mr. and Mrs. Ron Howard are celebrating their 47th wedding anniversary.
And today is Junebug Day, but no one really knows why. Junebug,
Is it a Junebug's birthday?
Junebug's birthday. Well, they come out this time of year, so it works around. But on top of it, it's also National Chocolate Ice Cream Day.
I prefer that.
Yes, and National VHS. I was going to say VCR Day.
Yep. May go to Bull Moose after this. Who knows?
I know.
Or some chocolate ice cream. Maybe Gifford's.
Oh, Gifford's is the best. I just. Found out of Bull Moose maybe last year, 6 months ago or something.
Yeah.
Fantastic place.
It's dangerous in there. You go in for one thing.
It's a flashback to your childhood.
Yeah, exactly. Here's a look at some of the upbeat stories making headlines today.
Captain Bob Reiser flew a B-17 called Heaven Can Wait during World War II, which is fitting because Reiser just celebrated his 100th birthday. He survived 28 missions over Germany. Reiser says if he knew he was going to live this long, he would have taken better care of himself. The newest exhibit, now open at New York's Metropolitan Museum of Art, is the first ever hosted by a Japanese gallery in conjunction with the Costume Institute. It features more than 60 kimonos, along with Western dresses and other objects as part of Kimono Style, the John C. Weber collection. It traces kimono fashion from the beginning to modern-day Japan. It took 10 hours, but NASA returned its new Artemis 1 moon rocket to the Kennedy Space Center launch pad for a dress rehearsal. Next up, fueling the rocket and a countdown simulation. The rocket's being prepared for an unmanned test flight later this year. It's part of NASA's plan to send astronauts back to the moon. And a rare albino giant Galapagos tortoise has made its public debut at a Swiss zoo. The hatchling was born last month along with a sibling which has the same color as its parents. Each one weighs less than a pound. 1 in 100,000 tortoises are albino. And those are some of the other stories making headlines on ABC 7.
Let's turn it over to meteorologist Evan Biggs. Good morning.
Hey, Joe and Emma, thank you very much. Happy Tuesday. So a small craft advisory has been issued and it runs through 8 o'clock on Wednesday, though, because wave heights will begin to increase later today and again tomorrow because the gusty winds that will begin to move in with our next system that will be passing through. For now, we're kind of calm out there. Clouds are moving in from the southwest, going toward the north and east. We'll keep this rolling through the daytime today with increasing clouds. You'll notice some sunshine, but the system's moving in off toward the west. So as it does approach, we'll see rain chances beginning later on tonight, lasting through tomorrow and the next few days as well. But for now, though, temperatures were very nice yesterday, making it into the middle 70s, even lower 70s further off toward the north, upper 60s further off towards the northern parts of the state as well. But again, this morning, not too bad out there. Some areas in the 30s, others in the 40s, even 50s to start things off. We might see these temperatures falling a little bit more before we start to warm things up. So for today, another nice day on the way. Just a little bit more breezy out there. 75 degrees, partly cloudy and breezy, and a south wind getting up to about 15 miles per hour. Later on tonight, 57 degrees, rain showers on the way. Wind's backing off a little bit out of the south at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Moving ahead towards tomorrow, scattered showers and thunderstorms are on the way, with highs falling back into the middle 60s and a south wind picking up again to about 15 miles per hour. In your early forecast for the rest of the morning period, a partly cloudy sky, temperatures in the mid 70s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Joe and Emma.
$250,000 is going to help low-income Mainers struggling with food insecurity. USDA and state officials met at the Good Shepherd Food Bank in Auburn to make the announcement. The money will help the emergency food assistance programs expand to remote and tribal areas of the state.
One of the grants will increase the capacity of 2 food pantries in eastern Maine. The other grant is going through Wabanaki Public Health and Wellness. Officials say it's more important than ever to increase access to healthy, nourishing foods.
These grants are a step in the right direction towards better serving people in remote, rural, tribal, and low-income areas with TFAP, providing critical nutrition to those who need it.
Maine is one of the 4 grantees in the Northeast to get this funding. And Maine real estate agencies are coming together to help families in need of diapers. According to diaperbank.org, 1 in 3 families are struggling to provide diapers for their young children. The Maine Association of Realtors is hosting a diaper drive, which started yesterday and runs through Wednesday, June 8th.
Over 50 real estate firms across the state have opened their doors to collect donations, including children and adult diapers.
Realtors always give back to the communities that they serve, and we are more than houses. And we do as much as possible to give back to our communities. And so we thought this would be a great way to do that and support people who are in need.
For more information on the donation drop-off sites, you can visit their website at mainerealtors.com. We'll also have that link on our website, foxbangor.com.
Wendy and Robert Esposito of Unity are passionate about pottery. For more than 30 years, the couple has been creating mugs, bowls, and other pieces from scratch at their Unity shop.
As Jody Hersey tells us, the duo may be getting older, but their creativity just continues to bloom with each passing year.
Everything starts with just a lump of clay.
Robert Esposito has pottery making down to a science. He's been doing it for decades.
They have a sponge. Going to make a very small piece, our smallest item, the world-famous toothpick jar.
Espo and his wife Wendy own and operate Unity Pond Pottery on the Bangor Road in Unity. The duo love working with their hands to make beautiful and usable pieces of art.
We do a lot of variety of pottery here at the studio. It's all high-fired stoneware, very functional, microwave, dishwasher safe.
Now in their 70s, the Espositos are showing no signs of slowing down production of their handmade vases, mugs, bowls, and chip and dip platters.
I love the beauty of it when it's complete. It's just the feel of the clay and taking something that's just a piece of the earth and creating it into something that's functional, and it's something my husband and I have always done together. It works very well for us.
The Espositos also love to give pottery tours of their studio so the public can see just how each and every piece is uniquely made from start to finish. In Unity, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
Still to come here this morning, the Boston Bruins have made a big change in the front office. Tyler Cruz will join us with the latest on the Bruins head coach.
But first, let's take a look at our forecast. Beautiful Tuesday, high of 75, partially cloudy skies. A little bit of late showers moving in this evening when the temps drop down to the mid to upper 50s. And tomorrow, some scattered thunderstorms for our Wednesday. Temperatures are back in the mid-60s.
Kids eat free all summer long. Find out where at hotlunchsummer.com. Ooh, it's a hot lunch summer. Ooh, it's a hot lunch summer. Ooh, it's a hot lunch summer.
Ready for this catch-22? The mental health struggles you want to work on are the same reasons you're putting off therapy. You're stuck. Sondermind makes it easy to team up with the right therapist and turn stuckness into strength.
Wherever you are, whether you're ready or not, it's coming. With a purpose, with persistence, with the power to change the way you live. So you don't have to change the way you live. Generac automatic standby generators. Control your power, control your life. Visit Generac.com.
The signs of spring are here. The sun's out for the evening commute. Whistles and clapping echo from the ball field. And the flowers bloom with warmer days on the horizon. Valley Home Services offers whole home comfort with the changing of the seasons. With a push of a button on a Fujitsu heat pump, you're ready for whatever spring brings. Humid days or cool nights, come home to comfort with Valley Home Services. Home is our middle name.
I'm thinking yes. 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 I'll have what she's having. And you can too. Get ready for the good dish. Delicious twists on your favorite comfort foods. Decadent desserts you can whip up in no time. And game-changing shortcuts. What's for dinner is about to get way easier. And way more fun than doing the dishes. So get ready to get dishing.
Weekdays at 1 on Fox 22.
This is Sheldon Cooper's theory of relativity.
Young Sheldon 5 times a week.
On Fox 22.
Welcome back in. Thank you for staying with us. We will start with the news out of Boston on Monday night. Big shakeup for the Bruins. I'm sure many of you have heard by now, but GM Don Sweeney has announced that the Bruins will be relieving Bruce Cassidy of his duties as head coach. He's been the coach of the team since February of 2017. Cassidy posted a record of 245, 108, and 46 since taking over for Claude Julien. The Bruins made the playoffs in every single one of Cassidy's 6 seasons at the helm, appearing in 1 Stanley Cup Finals, and Sweeney says that after 14 years of working with Bruce, it was an extremely difficult decision to make, but after taking some time, he felt the direction of the team would benefit from a new voice. All right, moving on now. Former Black Bear Justin Courtney spent all of last season in the Los Angeles Angels farm system, but it wasn't until he returned east that his acting career took hold. Dave Peck has the story.
It seems counterintuitive, but since leaving LA for New York, you could say Maine baseball alum Justin Courtney has been living more like a movie star.
My teammates were all over it. They were like, how did you get this? What are, you're in a movie? You're an actor? Like, what?
Courtney's path from the Angels to the Mets jumped off the resume when production crews came searching for the next Nolan Ryan.
That was big. It was young Nolan, like his Angels and Mets days. and they're like, yeah, we're looking for, 6'4" right-hander.
6'4", right-hander, Angels and Mets. It was the perfect match. And with the okay from his club, the Bangor grad went from minor league pitcher to actor, playing the legendary arm in the new Facing Nolan documentary.
They said, hey, October 1st, we're going to shoot this movie in Round Rock, Texas at the Texas Rangers AAA affiliate.
So off Courtney went, and for the next week, the Brooklyn Cyclone got into character, shooting takes all throughout the night.
It was some of the coolest times, like just throwing pitches at 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, like the detail that they had for the script and the shots that they needed.
But Courtney was more than just a pretty face out there. He had to perform in some high-pressure scenarios, especially when recreating one of Ryan's 7 no-hitters.
There was a $40,000 camera on the catch, right behind the catcher's shoulder. The ball had to be in this exact spot, and the hitter had to swing over it and make it look realistic that he was swinging and missing at it. We had to take that 30 times.
30th try or the first, Courtney delivered. And while pitching remains the day job, moonlighting on the big screen is never out of the question.
To be able to, put something out there that is actually like the real thing, where the ball's coming out hard and it looks like a professional pitcher would do it, instead of you have like an actor kind of like chicken wing the ball to the plate, like it was cool to be able to do that. And if any opportunity came up, I would try to make it work.
Reporting from Bangor, Dave Peck, ABC 7, Fox 22 Sports.
Thanks for that, Dave. A cool story there. I need to check that movie out. I'm a big fan of baseball movies, Major League, Sandlot, Benchwarmers, all those. All right, staying on the diamond and moving into high school sports now. Playoffs are here for our local teams with some preliminary games starting on Monday, and that is where we will head. Down in Ellsworth, softball hosting Caribou. Winner moves on to the quarterfinals. Second inning now. Eagles up 1-0. Alex Bivens with the bases loaded. Kind of a swinging bunt here. Gets past the pitcher for an infield hit. Alicia Havey scores 2-0 now. To the third now. Havey at the plate with a runner on third. She ropes this ball into left. That single brings home the run. Makes it 3-0 Eagles. That would be how the game went. Third inning still. Tyler Hellum at the dish. She smokes this ball into left. And she's going to round second and then put on the brakes for the double. And that RBI double makes it a 10-0 ball game. Fourth inning now, Aaliyah Manning getting in on the fun, and she rips a single through the hole. That one is going to bring in another run, and the Eagles go on to win it in 5 innings. Final score, 15-0. All right, moving on now and down to the Celtics. A rough one last night for the C's, dropping Game 2 of the finals to Golden State in a game that was never really close after halftime. Boston had 11 first-half turnovers, but their offense kept them within 2 at the break, and then the Warriors just took over. They outscored Boston by over 20 points in the third quarter alone, and then coasted the rest of the way. I think it was like 10 minutes left in the game when Ime put the reserves in. Just not a good showing from the C's. And if you ask Udoka, when you're playing a team as good as Golden State, you cannot give them anything.
And gave away a lot of opportunities, and instead of tightening up in that area, we did more of the same. And those turnovers and poor offense contributed to their runs. And so, team that scores as well as they do, we don't need to help them out in that category.
All right, that's sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, and Elizabeth Warren, they're all attacking America's tech innovators. The left's radical liberal bill would take away the digital tools small businesses rely on, empower China to beat America in the race for new technologies, and increase the risk of cyber attacks. Why would Senate conservatives support this dangerous bill that threatens American innovation? Call Senator Susan Collins. Tell her to stand up for American jobs and America's security.
You don't stay in business as long as Rowell's Garage unless you're doing a lot of things right. Since 1946, Rowell's Garage in Dover Foxcroft has seen many customers drive off the lot completely satisfied, and they keep coming back. Why? Things like a wide selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, SUVs, and crossovers. Incredible customer service. A repair center that does it right the first time and on time. But the biggest reason, like new quality vehicles at a pre-owned price. So save yourself the hassle and save yourself some money. Rowell's Garage, Dover Foxcroft.
Many of the area golfers keep returning to the Pine Hill Golf Course, offering one of the area's best greens, well-manicured practice greens, and spacious driving range to improve your game. Bring your family to Pine Hill Golf Course to play a challenging yet relaxing round of golf at an affordable rate. Our clubhouse is a great place to eat, drink, and learn. Don't miss your shot to play an affordable round of golf at Pine Hill Golf Course, open to the public and members. Pine Hill Golf Course, just off the Brewer Lake Road.
Next, Drew, Jennifer Goodwin. We were lucky enough to be in a film. He's just not that into you. By the way, it's good advice. Plus, breaking Drew's news. 70% of daters say they're more open to public smooching.
You know who I don't like? The people who say get a room. You go get a room and sit by yourself and be lonely.
Next, Drew.
The Drew Barrymore Show, Tuesday at 3 on Fox 22.
Here's Leo Jonathan.
The Nasdaq gained 0.4%, the S&P closed 0.3% higher, and the Dow finished up a fraction Monday as a recession looms. Inflation continues to climb at historic levels. Things are getting interesting as shareholders of Spirit Airlines get ready to vote Friday on whether to merge with Frontier Airlines. JetBlue has now sweetened its offer to take over Spirit. President Biden is refusing to restart oil production, but now he's invoking the Defense Production Act and executive orders to help solar power companies, and Apple is unveiling iOS 16 at its Worldwide Developer Conference. An update is coming to iPhone lock screens where users will be able to see more information and add widgets. I'm Leo Jonathan with Tuesday's Business on ABC 7.
29 years after it all began on the big screen, Jurassic World Dominion is being billed as the conclusion of the Jurassic era.
George Pinocchio takes us to the world premiere in Hollywood.
What is that? Biggest carnivore the world has ever seen.
Jurassic World Dominion features stars from the original Jurassic Park along with cast members from the current movies. They are part of a new dinosaur-filled action adventure with a storyline that brings them all together. I just wonder what your heart says about finishing this franchise.
I mean, now I say never say never, because the first time I thought that was the last time I would ever play Dr. Ellie Sattler, and we had a premiere that you were at in 1993, and here we are.
This premiere brought out original Jurassic Park star Ariana Richards.
Jurassic is something that it's really become a part of our culture in a lot of ways, and I just feel so grateful that I got to be there right at the beginning.
I also spoke with two actors who joined in on this fun for the first time.
I feel really thankful that the fans are as lovely and welcoming and warm and just want you to succeed. You know, it took nothing. They haven't seen the movie yet.
And you're always so nice, except on film.
Yes, this is how you shine. You play who you're not, or at least who's inside.
This is a movie about dinosaurs, but the woman who co-wrote it showed up looking, shall we say, marvelous. It's not often that I come to a premiere and see the writer of a movie dressed as a superhero.
Heck yes! Yeah, I love superheroes. I think life is short. I think wearing something wild that gives somebody else something to talk about is a gift to the crowd. I just couldn't be happier with my choices right now.
Jurassic World Dominion will be in theaters officially on June 10th.
Your next iPhone software update might include some changes you've been hoping for.
Apple showed off some of its new features and gadgets during a showcase on Monday.
Fox's Anna Leopoulos takes a look.
Apple on Monday showcasing some big changes on the horizon for its newest operating system, iOS 16. New customization options are coming to the iPhone's lock screen. Users can now add more widgets that provide information at a glance, like weather forecasts and upcoming calendar events.
So I'll add the temperature, my activity rings, and let's drag in the calendar widget.
One feature that will likely be a highly anticipated change for nearly all iPhone users, the ability to edit or unsend a text after it's already been sent.
Have you ever wished you'd never sent that message at all? Well, good news. Now you have undo send, so you can immediately recall a recent misfire.
This is something that especially is widely used by this new Gen Z audience. And now that they're building in more capabilities into iMessage to keep you in there, and keep you glued, I think that's great for the whole ecosystem.
A buy now, pay later feature is also coming to Apple Pay. Now people who pay with the app will have the option to split purchases into 4 equal payments.
Spread over 6 weeks with 0 interest and no fees of any kind.
Outside of the iPhone, Apple also showing off its next generation of MacBooks, powered by the company's latest chip, the M2, which Apple says will provide faster processing while using less power. Something that was absent from Monday's announcement, any mention of Apple's work on a VR headset. Gamers had hoped for news on that gadget, which is rumored to have been in the works for years. Anna Eliopoulos, Fox News.
Now here's meteorologist Evan Biggs with our full weather forecast.
Good morning.
Hey, Joe and Emma, thank you very much. So again, a small craft advisory is up until about 8 p.m. Wednesday. Wave heights will be increasing today and again tomorrow, courtesy of gusty winds that will be moving in ahead of our next system. For now, though, we're watching clouds moving in from the southwest, going toward the north and east, so nothing too ridiculous going on just yet, though. But as we do move forward, though, that next system will begin to move in as high pressure moves away. Now give us our next chances for rain showers, even rumbles of thunder that will be on the way later on this week. So a very active week starting up as we head towards tonight and tomorrow and even through the rest of the end of the week as well. But for now, wave heights are quiet at this point, only around 2 feet according to some of the buoys out there, a little bit higher further to the south. And we'll have our return with higher wave height issues coming up soon. And with that in mind, the gusty winds will be increasing. Some of those winds getting up to about 20 miles per hour in a few spots today, maybe backing off a little bit tonight, but not by much. Then by tomorrow, gusts up to 30, maybe getting close to 40 miles per hour. Not out of the question through at least the morning period on Wednesday. But for now, the water temperatures are still cool out there. So if you're thinking about going to the ocean, just be a little bit careful out there. 50-degree water temperatures definitely still a little bit cool for this time of the year. If you definitely want to talk about warmer water temperatures, you have to head to the southern U.S. So where water temperatures even in some areas in the upper 70s to even lower 80s. Back here at home, our average high is 72 degrees. We'll be in the middle 70s today, so running a few degrees above average. We'll be back in the middle 60s Wednesday and Thursday. The 70s are back Friday all the way through Monday, although a gradual cool-off starting Friday through Monday from the middle 70s to the lower 70s. But futurecast moving forward under a partly cloudy sky, so you'll notice some sunshine and clouds mixed in from time to time. More clouds arriving later on tonight as the rain starts to approach from the southwest to the north and east, along with some of those gusty winds, so some heavy downpours. Not out of the question either as the rain begins to move in through parts of the day on Wednesday. Maybe a little bit of a break, but we'll be watching for more showers and storms as we head through Thursday and Friday as well. We're going to run this all the way through Wednesday evening first, maybe up to a 1/4 of an inch possible in a few areas, maybe close to a 1/2 inch in a few spots before we're all finished up. But even more rain on the way, at least through Friday. So at least between now and Friday, up to an inch, maybe 1.5 inches of rain on the way. This will be some good news, though, because we're still seeing some abnormally dry and even drought conditions across parts of the state. So any rainfall will definitely help things out. For today, 75 degrees, partly cloudy and breezy out there, and a south wind getting up to about 15 miles per hour. Tonight, 57 degrees, rain showers will be on the way, and a south wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. For tomorrow, 65 degrees, scattered showers and thunderstorms, and a south wind getting up to about 10 to 15 miles per hour. Alrighty, your extended forecast. Storm chances starting Wednesday, lasting all the way through Friday. Temperatures Wednesday and Thursday in the mid-60s, mid-70s on Friday, and rain showers on Saturday, highs in the mid-70s.
Durable, sturdy, stylish. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find solid wood, built to last, made in Maine dressers, bureaus, and nightstands. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
People today, they could spend half their lives over 50.
What are you in for?
Cholesterol check.
Cool.
Make sure your health lives as long as you do. That's why the younger you are, the more you need AARP. Join today.
We've got a 100-year-old company here, and it's because of the service, the quality, and the experience. It gets done right.
I think we've been doing it for so long. The only thing that we do, that when we walk into a room, we automatically know how to treat that window. We can take any product that the customer's looking for and make it work in just about any situation that they present us with. So
there's no reason to be overwhelmed when we can help you through it.
We're not going anywhere. We've been around for 100 years.
When Brewer Redemption Center wants to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. Fast, friendly, honest, and clean. The folks at Brewer Redemption Center will have you leaving with a smile on your face and money in your pocket.
Welcome to Malibu with miles of scenic beauty.
Ooh, Malibu.
Yeah, we just call it the boo.
Where the beaches are safe.
I just couldn't sleep.
Release the dogs.
People lend a helping hand.
I wouldn't wait for me to get there.
And neighbors often drop by.
You've got to get a hobby.
Oh, I've got a hobby.
Visit beautiful Malibu on 2.5 Men. Weeknights.
On Fox 22.
Comfy, cozy, relaxing. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find rockers, recliners, sofas, and easy chairs. Quality furniture, affordable prices. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
As the weather gets warmer, many of us are looking to lighten up dinner. Sure, we can serve a main dish salad or go with something that supports Meatless Mondays. Both are good options. But what do you say we make a meaty, overstuffed portobello mushroom that's so tasty, there's a pretty good chance you'll end up serving it year-round. We start by brushing both sides of some portobello mushrooms with a homemade garlic butter before popping them in the oven. And if you're not familiar with portobello mushrooms, they're the really big mushrooms we find at our market, and when they're cooked, they almost taste like a steak. Once tender, we top them with slices of tomato and fresh mozzarella, and back into the oven they go, just long enough for the cheese to melt. When they come out, we drizzle them with a balsamic glaze, grind on some fresh pepper, and finish them off with a bit of fresh basil. What makes these so good is the combo of the meaty steak-like mushrooms, the way the tomatoes and the cheese complement each other, and the sweet and tangy punch we get from the balsamic glaze. To get the recipe, all you have to do is head over to our website and type in Caprese Stuffed Portobellos. I'm Howard with Kelly in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a summertime favorite way. What are you doing there? For you to say, ooh, it's so good. You're allowed.
You're not going to lie. I'm not a huge fan of the portobello mushrooms.
Yeah.
But like if you sub that out for like rye toast, which kind of like what it looked like, I'd eat it.
Well, I was trying to remember what in like other forms that's called. I think it's like a caprese salad.
Okay.
And I love that. Like I love bruschetta, like tomatoes and that type of cheese with a balsamic glaze.
The balsamic glaze. Okay, I'm so glad somebody knows about it. That is like the end all be all for whenever you have to add it to anything. It is so good. Like even putting it on like the top of a sandwich, it just adds that little bit of sweetness to it.
Right. If you're a sweet and savory person, it finishes the product.
Sweets are big.
Yes. And so a semi-truck carrying over 7,000 pounds of frozen pies rolled over in Illinois. It happened on Interstate 80 southwest of Chicago Monday morning.
State police say the truck's headlights reportedly malfunctioned, which led to the truck entering the center median and rolling over on the driver's side. There were no reports of any injuries, but local media is reporting that the pies were a total loss. Bummer, man. I mean, I get they were frozen, but maybe if you get a chance to,
I'd like to double check to see if they were actually a total loss.
Feeling, maybe they were a total loss, or maybe there's some of the people helping clean up, law enforcement, maybe like, got a quick pie, like, hey, we're not going to.
So.
I would give that out.
Yeah, I'd take them. And a pup who swam from New York to New Jersey is set to be released from a Brooklyn animal hospital. The 7-month-old German Shepherd named Bailey escaped a yard in Red Hook, Brooklyn at the end of April and set off for a 9-day, 6-mile journey that took him through Brooklyn Battery Tunnel, the Holland Tunnel, and the Gowanus Bay.
Now, he was spotted in a New Jersey parking garage at the beginning of May and was seen at the top of the ledge at the garage, where he was rescued by authorities. Bailey was taken to a veterinarian emergency and referral group in Brooklyn and treated for a slew of injuries sustained during his incredible adventure, but he is now 100% healed and he's ready to find his way back home. A beautiful dog.
I love shepherds.
I know. Shepherds are cute. I mean, they are adorable. I will say, though, they are a lot of work.
Yes.
They are absolutely a lot of work.
They're just so smart.
Yeah. They need that brain just working constantly, running around and anything. Do you have any dogs?
No, I have a cat. I would love to have a dog, but with our schedule, I don't have the time to let it out in the morning.
I have my dog that she has her Bangor home, and she has her vacation home back in Massachusetts with my parents because, outdoor, electric fence, you get a little more time. You get to hang out.
Yep.
It is a big responsibility taking in a dog. But speaking of dogs, it's 2 days away. We do have Pet of the Week coming up.
We do.
I hope
know.
we get another dog.
It's always tempting.
It is always tempting, and it's funny too. I don't know if the viewers know this. We actually have no idea what we're getting when Catherine Ravenscraft from the Bank Humane Society brings them in.
Yeah.
So it's always a nice surprise for us when the door opens up around 7:35 and she comes in and we're like, ooh, what are we getting today?
Yeah, she knows how to pick too. She gives us a great selection.